What's going on, everybody? UltimatDJz here from the Talking Trek podcast, here to talk to you tonight about Troi. We're going to show off Troi, what she does. Is her captain's maneuver actually any good with the crit chance remover? We're going to talk about that. And in the meantime, you can find all of the rest of our community, our Discord, and our other content by visiting us at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. I would like to welcome in this evening a couple of guests. We got Big Country, we got Gregor, and over from Server 34, we got Handy on the stage as well. Steven's Aaron hiding out in the background. How you guys doing this evening? Welcome to our podcast video thing.
Buenos noches.
Meow. All right, everybody, let's switch into the game. What we've done here, and I've actually already started a timer. Here's what we've asked some members of my team to do. What we're going to do tonight is we are going to show the effectiveness of the new Epic Troi. As she is currently available in the event store, players are asking, is she worth it? Well, let's talk about it. First of all, Big, we've theorized what Troi is actually possibly able to do is potentially allow your team to punch up, right? Removing the crits is going to reduce some of the big shots that are coming from some of these faction armadas, and maybe potentially giving you extra survivability, therefore allowing you to hit extra damage, and maybe last a little bit longer, throwing extra damage, ultimately allowing you to punch up in an armada. That's what we're going to test. So what we're going to do first is just run a baseline test, and we will do some video editing here to kind of eliminate these 15-minute timers. But as you can see here, we got about 12 minutes left as Big prepares his dinner in the background. What we're looking to do is we want to make this very relatable to any ops level. So what we are going to test with here tonight are all Sallies, Big Country. Using Saladins, the level 28 uncommon is what we're going to use for our testing here tonight. And we've actually said no 5 of 10. We're going to eliminate 5 of 10 from the math equation, and we're going to see from a low ops player perspective, like say in your mid 30s or low 30s, and granted, I'm a 41. We've got some other players that are 39 and down that are going to be joining us for our testing tonight. But more importantly, the only thing that's going to give them any difference or advantage over what you're doing is potentially some research, because we are all flying Saladins. And some people may even say, well, they're max Sallies. Well, mine's not. Mine's a tier 8 Sally. Let me refresh this miner real quick. Mine's only a tier 8 Sally, so definitely not max. Still a couple of upgrades that we could go with there. But all in all, we should be able to actually see some differences in what is actually going to be happening as far as the effects of Troi. All right, so what we're going to start with is a couple of uncommons. I want to start with a couple of uncommons. We might try this rare over here, as you can see, and we do have an epic up here. And yes, I plan on trying to take out this rare and this epic with a Saladin. All right, Big, we're going to try this with level 28 ships. Maybe it's a failure, but what we should see, what I expect, let's throw out some hypotheses, what I expect to see with Troi eventually. And we're running this first uncommon here just as a baseline. We may have to go somewhere else. Oh, there's another 39 uncommon, which we'll try with Troi in a second. What I expect to see is to kill the Armada in shorter amount of time with less damage taken. With Troi in the captain's chair of one ship, she is going to eliminate all critical shots from the Armada. Now, it's not quite the same as Gala in that it's going to reduce crit damage to 0. We're just eliminating the crit chance. It's kind of like what 9 of 10 does to the Borgmata. We're going to eliminate that crit chance, so 100% of our shots are going to be normal. Let's throw out a couple of hypotheses very quickly here on the YouTube channel. We'll start with you, Big. We've got our baseline test right here. First of all, do we expect to be able to beat this level 39 uncommon with just level 28 ships? We lost Big Country. Big Country, like I said, off fixing his dinner. Let's check with Gregor. We'll come back to Big in a second. G, it's been a long time since you've flown your Sally. Do you even still have one anymore?
I scrapped that long ago.
You scrapped it a long time ago.
Way long ago.
Way long ago. Well, let's try to go down memory lane. Do you expect these Sallies to be able to take out a level 39? Because there was a time that it wasn't going to happen.
Is it 5 or 6 man Armada?
Well, I've got 6 slots. My ACC is still 39. But so far I've only got 3 players show up, which may be bad. But yeah,
are you using consumables?
No, I don't have any consumables activated. But I am looking at either 5, maybe 6 players. But we are looking at all level 28 ships. Looks like we got a couple Sallys. There's a Centurion there. We're going to see who else pops in. And
all maxed?
Well, let's take a quick peek. Mine is only tier 8. This Centurion is tier 9 max. This Sally over here, yeah, that's a tier 9 max. I might have the weakest powered Sally here, but we will find out. Mine's only a tier 8. And again, I'm not suggesting that everybody have a max Sally, but it is certainly feasible. In today's economy, it's feasible to have a max Sally at, say, Ops 30 or 31, 32. And previously, a level 39 Epic, really, it required Epic ships. And it may still. We have no idea. This entire video may be scrapped. It may come out completely worthless. But we will see. 39 Epics have always been required to kill a level 34 Epic's been required to kill a level 39 Epic, but we shall see. Is Troi able to make that much of a difference? We're also going to try on this 38 rare over here. So
if they're all maxed and you run 6-man, I suspect there's a good chance you can barely kill it, but you're going to lose like 4 or 5 of your players.
All right, let's see what happens. We will use the power of video to fast forward in time to where there's only a few seconds left in this Armada, and we shall see what ends up happening. I cannot wait. We'll be back in a sec. All right, and welcome back, everybody. Here we got about a minute left on this Armada. We've got our team assembled, and I'm going to very quickly scan through so everybody can see what we're working with. An Ops 41 with a Tier 8 Sally, Kirk Spock Khan. We're only running 5 men here, okay? So that way everybody can see that this is possibly very realistic for you and your team to do. An Ops 39, Kirk Spock Khan with a Tier 9 Sally. Of course, I told you I'm running Kirk Spock Khan. My Sally is tier 8. We've got a Centurion from an Ops 39 player here. This Centurion is also tier 9, Kirk Spock Khan right there. And finally over here with Attila, a level 39 Kirk Spock Khan on a tier 9 Sally. So definitely still advanced ships, but not necessarily ridiculously advanced research. Ops 39, 40, and 41 is what we've got here. And of course, we are running a potential 6-man. The ACC supports 6-men, but we are only running 5 crew. As you can see here from the screen, we've got 9 million power out of 27, right at, Gregor, the 30%. So here's the moment of truth. Are we going to take out this level 39 uncommon? And we did not. We did not. We got about halfway. All right, got about halfway, but that kind of goes to prove that the Sally just doesn't have a lot of staying power. So let's take, you know what? I'm going to start the next one. All right, Big, and if you would help me communicate while we're rolling tape, I'm going to go ahead and repair, and I'm going to start this other one down here, but I'm going to start a fresh one, and I would like one player to bring Troi. All right, one player to be the sacrificial lamb that is Troi. We're going to start this down here. We will come back and clean these up here in just a little bit. That way we can get some loot from it. But if you would direct one of our players to bring Troi as the quote-unquote sacrificial lamb. Now, this kind of surprises us. Big, you were expecting us to be able to win. Gregor, you were expecting it to be very, very close, certainly not halfway. And even some people watching in the studio audience now, like, you know, yeah, should be able to do it. Easy peasy. Everybody running Kirk Spock Khan. Let's check out this battle log, Gregor, and see what went wrong. We went 25 rounds. 25 rounds. And, of course, we do know that this particular Armada has a 10% chance at throwing criticals. Let's come back. Where's my little information button? Here it is. 10% chance at throwing criticals with a critical damage bonus of 150% from the Armada. So we're going to take a look at the battle log. We can see it's throwing about 220,000 there, 230,000 there. Those appear to be energy shots. There's another 230, a 440, a 490. So I'm going to guess here, if we were to look this up in STFC.space, we're going to see 5 weapons, Gregor, 3 energy, 2 kinetic from a level 39 Federation outpost. Now, we do see no criticals here, but we're seeing 25 rounds. We come back into the second round. There's a critical on an energy shot, and we can do go ahead and verify that the last 2 shots were in fact kinetic that must fire every other round. So there's a critical right there. So that in one shot resulted in about an extra 100 to 120,000 damage. Come into round 3. All normal shots. Round 4. There's a critical. Round 5. There's a kinetic critical, which would be pretty damaging. That actually went against the Centurion. All right. Now, again, we're running this test with no 5 of 10. All right. Not running 5 of 10 because we're trying to make the test very relatable to lower ops level players. Just with Sally's, we took out about half of this level 39. So is a 2-shot possible? Absolutely. But you don't necessarily want to waste that stuff. I bet you we would smoke a 37 uncommon. That being said, we knew that we took almost exactly half. Let's go back to the summary page. We can see all 5 ships died, and we took almost precisely half of that from this level 39 uncommon, just with uncommon ships. Now, going back down memory lane, Gregor, Big Country, even Handy, welcome to our stage from Server 34. This is crazy enough. I know we died, but still kind of surprising to me. In the past, level 39s were very much out of touch for a lot of players, and still may be, but you throw in 1 epic there, or maybe a slightly different officer set if you've got a 6 of 10 in there available for select players, or you've got 1 random enterprise, or that auger that can slip in there. Maybe somebody's got a jellyfish. This becomes a different story, right?
Right. I mean, from what I remember, when I was running around with the Sally, I pretty much had this. I couldn't do 39s. So I'm not too surprised she only took it down halfway, honestly.
I'm not wildly surprised either, to be perfectly honest with you. I was kind of hoping, but, this is how it used to roll. Now, we are going to see. Does Troi make the difference? Can she double the effectiveness? I don't know. She's only reducing critical shots from 10% of shots. I do expect to see. Let's go around the panel very quickly. We've got about 10 minutes left in this Armada timer, and we'll probably take a quick break and come back. Gregor, what do you expect to see Troi do output-wise as compared to the Armada that we just failed?
I expect you're going to beat it now.
Really? You think Troi on 1 ship is going to change the amount of damage that the Armada throws significantly enough that we can defeat this Armada?
I think so.
Bold claim. Big, what do you expect to see with 1 player running Troi in the captain's chair right here against the 39 uncommon?
I think you'll do more damage. I don't think you'll beat it. I think with 6 people you would, but I think you'll do like 3/4.
Okay, so definitely an improvement. Handy?
I'm gonna go with Big on this. I think you're gonna get 3/4 to maybe 90%, somewhere in there, but I don't think you'll quite beat it.
Okay, so we will take a break right here as we contemplate and you formulate your own theory. What happens in 10 minutes and 7 seconds? We shall find out right here on TalkingTrekSTFC.com's YouTube channel here as we discuss the true talk on Troi. All right, we'll be back in a second. And welcome back, everybody. 90 seconds left on this Armada target. We actually had to switch systems for this Armada test here, but we do still have our 5 players. All right, we've got our 4 Sallys that we're running here and 1 Centurion, a 5-man crew. And this time I have loaded Troi in place of the Khan, like the Kirk Spock Khan everybody else is running. I've loaded Troi as captain, Kirk and Spock on the sides for the extra survivability. Everybody else still running their Kirk Spock Khan. Okay, that's happening. We'll check Armada power here in just a second as we've got less than 60 seconds till we actually go at this Armada. And, of course, the testing that we're going after here is to see whether or not Troi can actually improve. We knew we got just about 50% on the one without Troi, so now we're looking to see if we're going to do better. Now, you can see Troi cost me a little bit of statistical power there, okay, but I'm still roughly 9 million out of 29 million. This Armada just a shade more powerful than the last one that we tried, but nonetheless, still right around that 30% mark. Really, all we're looking to try to do here is to see whether or not it actually gets better, all right? And if it gets better, by how much? And we'll step up here in just a moment. We might even add a 6th man and go after a 38 rare with Troi just to kind of see how it's going to go. Now, remember on the first test, 50% was pretty much right at the number of 50% completion. Let's see how Troi does, eliminating all crits from this 39 uncommon. And did a little bit better. Now, not a superior amount, not a ton, but clearly did do better. We hop in here. Of course, we all still died. All right, still died, and everybody still had shields, including myself, because we were running the Kirk Spock. And taking a look here at the Armada, you can see definitely more than 50%, probably about a 5 to 10% difference there. We even went a few more rounds, 24, 25 in the first one. We have to go back and check, but now 29 rounds in this one. Now, we did have one extra small little bump, which was that Troi was actually also taking advantage of her officer ability, so it gave me just an ounce better weapons damage, too, against this, because I had 100% weapons damage against Romulan hostiles and armadas, which is where we're at. But 29 rounds definitely did do a little bit better. I'm certainly not going to attribute all of that hull damage to a 100% weapons base weapons increase, although I'm sure it did help a little bit. The bigger help here, I think, is that we've seen absolutely no crits from this Armada. So, not enough to single shot with a 5-man team on a 39 uncommon, but let's add one more variable. Let's see if we can find a rare, okay? We're going to keep Troi in place, all right? And we're going to keep this same team, and we're going to add a 6th man and see if we can take one out. And this time, I'm going to start with this 39 uncommon. We're actually going to probably run one more. This 39 uncommon, we're going to add a 6th man with a Sally and just see how this goes, okay? One more, and then we'll run our rare, and we'll hop off for the night, okay? So we'll be back in 14 minutes and 40 seconds with this 6-man test as we are starting to creep up here now. And obviously, you're going to take these results. You're going to adapt them for your own use. Do you have a 6th man? Or maybe everybody's not just running with Sallies. Maybe you got a couple of rare ships, or maybe you've got an Enterprise or an Augur that can dip in and kind of help you get to the point where you can one-shot. The point is, Troi is definitely making a difference. And obviously, as this translates higher, folks, it's going to make a bigger and bigger and bigger difference as the Armada increases in strength. Why is that? Because the critical shots will also increase in strength. As we had discussed on the podcast earlier, this kind of is a ticket. This Troi right here is a officer, the captain's maneuver is an officer ability that affects the Armada for the entire team. This is an opportunity for a smaller player to maybe earn their way into some larger Armadas as a sacrificial lamb, but benefiting the entire team. As you see Troi making a bigger difference with larger Armadas for sure, then you will, maybe as a smaller player, have an opportunity to earn your way into some of these larger Armadas and get some of that big old loot, okay? Because Troi is going to be helping everybody out. We will be back. 13 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. 90 seconds left in this one, and the only change that we have made here, aside from the cat just staring into your soul right here, the only change that we've made here is adding a 6th player, all right? Now we are up to 5 Saladins, 1 Centurion, a 6th player, which does require an ACC at 39, but as your alliance is growing, and again, keep in mind, this is all that we've done with 39 uncommons. You can adapt this to your own gameplay, as we had mentioned earlier. You're going to look at what it is that you guys normally do and taking your small fry, taking your lowest power player, and maybe potentially throwing Troi as a quote-unquote sacrificial lamb. Now, I'm not even going to necessarily call it a sacrificial lamb because it's 1 card slot. You can still throw Kirk Spock on the side and still survive and do a lot of damage and last for a lot of rounds. So, but still would probably recommend this on a smaller team. And of course, do keep in mind, the more powerful the Armada, the more amplified the effect of Troi, because the critical shots are percentage-based. So the larger the base of the shot, the more of an effect that Troi is going to see in reducing those critical shots down to 0. Or the critical chance down to 0, therefore not throwing any critical shots. Now, what we've done here is add a 6th man just to see if running Troi here with the 6th person is enough to max out this Armada. And we're going to hope that it is. All right, we're going to hope that it is. We've got, didn't even get to see the full power there. We'll look at it in a battle log. 6 men. Can it be done? Oh, so close. So very, very close, everybody. And with that, we'll probably get ready to wrap up the video here. But as you can see, definitely little things that you can do to adapt your gameplay and utilize the cards that are with you to increase your odds. I can tell you here, without a shadow of a doubt, Big Country, a year ago, 5 or even 6 Saladins would not have gone against a 39 level Armada. It wouldn't have happened. And here you can see it getting ever so closer with some of the with just one new officer that is potentially able to make a difference. Is it game breaking? Absolutely not. And that's probably a good thing. But it is improving the capabilities of players and getting them there, able to punch up just a little bit more. I'm here to tell you, one of those Sallies gets replaced by an Enterprise. One of those Sallies gets replaced by an Intrepid, perhaps, or a Gladius or a Burrell. It makes a difference in this Armada. Big Country, as we get ready to wrap up here, now that you've seen it, what are you thinking? And you've done some of your own testing. We ran some testing with Snake Eyes here not long ago and agreed that the larger the Armada, the more pronounced the effect from Troi because the critical shots just throw more damage. Are you sold on the benefits of Troi, and would you recommend it to at least a handful of players in an alliance? Would you recommend Troi as a target for your event store loot if you're a player looking to try to play in the larger Armadas? What do you think about Troi?
Oh, I think so. I think also because it gives you the opportunity to have a lower level player hop in and swing up, especially if you have some big brothers and sisters that can help you take down, because those bigger Armadas have much better starter chests. So it's going to lead to more loot. So that's a plus.
Absolutely. And of course, keep in mind when we refer to a smaller player, it may be difficult for a smaller player to get a starter chest though big, because a smaller player may only have a 5-man ACC. That being said, they can definitely do something to help their team. As you can see here from the battle log, 33 rounds on this one. Clearly an improvement over the, 28 rounds that we got with Troi. Now Troi running again, and the 6th man taking it up to 33 rounds. Almost there. Really just dang on almost there. And an impressive showing from Saladins here against a 39 level uncommon. Now, is it going to get you to a 39 epic like I had originally kind of hoped? Probably not. But it does get you closer, because before 39 epics were reserved for epic ships. Now we can see with the use of some of these officers and Troi, and specifically here, as we are giving you the True Talk on Troi. That's going to be the name of the video. True Talk on Troi. She's definitely making a difference and worthy of consideration of your event store loot as we get ready to proceed into the second half of this month. Maybe you've already spent some loot, and that's okay. All right? But we do still expect at least another couple 100,000 loot to become available, and perhaps maybe it's enough for some players out there to go ahead and cap her off based on the shards that they won last month. What do you think, community? Leave your comments and your questions in the comment section below this video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button while you're here. All right, smash that thumbs up. Someone maybe tell me what exactly is going on with the cat, because he's struggling today. Cat is not having a good day. Needs some catnip, or maybe had too many. Don't know. Smash that thumbs up right there. Share with your team. We'd very much appreciate that. And, of course, come back here to check out all of our content related to Star Trek Fleet Command here at TalkingTrekSTFC.com. Big Country, thank you to our team. Thank you for kind of putting it all together. Hopefully we learned something, and we learned you on something out here, community. Please enjoy the video. Watch it many, many times. Share it out many, many times, and we will catch you on the next one. My name is UltimatDJz, your friendly neighborhood cat person, saying meow for now. See you later. Love you, mean it. Bye. Meow. Purr.